Canterbury Tales were written by Geoffrey Chaucer in around 1387 anno domini to the 1400s, soon after the Black Death killed millions of lives throughout Europe. English was uncommon like Latin and French in Chaucer's time, making him one of the first poets to write in the vernacular of Middle English, also popularizing the language of his day. Geoffrey Chaucer is also known as the father of English literature. Canterbury Tales was one of his masterpieces picturing 14th century culture, happenings about languages and so on. The story begins talking about 29 pilgrims and the host narrator who was making their way to see the shrine of the martyr Saint Thomas Becket. All of them met together at the Tabard hostelry. The host of the inn, whose name was Harry Bailey, then suggested to the pilgrims that each of them may tell 4 tales along their journey, and he who tells the best tale will be rewarded a free meal. There were tons of pilgrims in the story, one of which was the prioress, also known as Madame Eglantine. She was the head of the nunnery, but she was indulged in materialistic pleasures, as she was wearing a bracelet with a carving of Amor Vincit Omnia, which translates to Love Conquers All from Latin. She also speaks French, but has a very poor quality in speaking it, and has good table etiquette as she would be devastated if she saw a mouse caught by the traps of humanity. She also has small dogs following her. After she sang a prayer to the Virgin Mary, it was her turn to share her own tale. It was a story about the times of the Jewish quarter where there was a Christian school, and there was this young boy who visits the school very often. There he learned the song prayer, Alma Redemptrix, which meant a prayer for the Virgin Mary. The boy sang the Christian song throughout the day and it angered some Jews. The Jewish people tried to stop the boy from singing it, but the boy still continued. The Jewish people had enough and they hired a man to cut the boy's throat. Once the boy was dead, they threw his body in the sewage. The mother of the boy then notices that his little angel was missing and weeps in search for him. While looking for her boy, she sings the Alma Redemption in hope for her son to would respond and join her. What the Jewish people didn't know was that the Virgin Mary put a seed on the boy's tongue for him to continuously sing the song, even in death. The mother heard the song and found his body. Later on, the guilty murderers were arrested and was punished. One of the pilgrims was a monk. The monk was a fat, bald, and happy monk who loved food and wine. But he loves hunting too much that it questions his character because he ignores his religious duties. To start off, Chaucer finishes his tale of Melibea and talks about how he wishes his wife was more like Prudence. The host then turns to the monk and makes a joke stating that the monk would be great for breeding if he were allowed to. The monk then takes his sense of humor well and promises to tell a story about Edward the Confessor. But first he will tell us a series of tragedies. The first tragedy being was Lucifer, who was once an angel but was casted out of heaven due to pride. Adam, who was exiled from paradise for disobeying. Samson, who was a great warrior but was convinced by his wife to confess the secret of his strength and betray him to his enemies. Hercules, who was known for his amazing feats of strength, but was given a shirt made of poison which caused his death. The monk continues on so many famous tragedies, and then the knight couldn't take it anymore, so he interrupts the monk, saying he prefers to hear the stories about men who go on to great success. But the monk's goal was to tell the stories of those people who were conducive to success but failed miserably, presenting them as victims of fortunes. The friar was a Roman priest who takes bribes, seduces young girls and arranges marriages. His name was Hubert. He knew every tavern very well in every town. He is also a corrupt priest by refusing to help those lower class people, causing the higher classes to be the ones forgiven. To start off, the friar seems a bit put off by the last tale told, and he believes that conversation that involved man, woman, and holiness should be left to someone else. So instead, he offers a story about a summoner. The summoner then tells him that if the tale is unflattering, he will also tell unflattering stories about friars. The friar's story began with an archdeacon who uses spies to get information about those who are in his parish. Working for the archdeacon was a summoner. One day, the summoner meets a yeoman who is also a cheating individual, and they both agree to a pact of brotherhood. The yeoman then reveals that he is a demon. The summoner says that he doesn't care, and they carry on. After a while, they came across a farmer stuck in the mud with his cart shouting, "Devil take all," in curse. The summoner tells the demon that he should take it all, since the farmer said that. The demon then replies that he cannot, for the curse was not sincere, and they carry on. Then they got to the house of a rich widow, of which she refuses to pay the summoner's bribes. Hearing this, the summoner threatens to take her frying pan, and she responds with,
"The devil takes you and the frying pan."
The summoner then asks if she meant what she had said. She stated that she does. The demon drags the summoner off to hell. The friar ends the story saying that he hopes the summoners would be better men. That's all, thank you.